Hello, this is Jennifer Bone, the Belleville Campus Librarian, and I'm going to show you how to find a research study in the library research databases. The first thing you need to do is to go to the SWIC Library webpage. To do that, you can type in www.swic.edu/library, or you can just go to swic.edu, click on Student Services, and go to the library link right here. Once you land on this page, just scroll down underneath the picture and you'll get to the blue search widget. You'll see there's 3 tabs across the top, and we're just going to use the Articles tab. There are 4 databases you can search in. We are only going to search in EBSCO. Next, go into the search box, and this is where you're going to want to type in a topic that relates to your psychology textbook. So you can look at the chapter titles and kind of see if there is anything that interests you in psychology. I know that you're just working on chapter 1, which is memory, but you don't have to use memory as your topic. You can choose any topic from inside the textbook to search. Now for my first search, I'm just going to type in depression. And to make sure that the article has a psychology focus, type in the words "and psychology." After doing that, click on the gray Go button or click Enter. Once you get your results page, it'll show you the total number of results that you've retrieved. Now the trick is trying to find a research study out of these large results lists. So over on the left-hand side, there are ways that you can limit what comes up in your results list. The first thing we're going to do is go to the Limit To section, and we want to make sure that we filter out the articles that don't have a link attached. You'll see that each entry has the title of the article, and if it's full text and you can read the article, the link will be located underneath. To do that, all you do is check the full text checkbox, and it will filter out the ones that don't have the article attached. The next step is going to be to use the checkbox for the scholarly peer-reviewed journals. Now, scholarly peer-reviewed journals write articles, publish articles actually, from scholars in the field, and when it says peer-reviewed, it means scholars have reviewed it and said it's nice work. Now, how I like to think about it is that it's a nerdy article or research study that is written by a nerd for other nerds in the field. So check that box. Next, we want to make sure that we limit it to just the last 10 years. So you'll see that there is a timeline right here. My oldest article's from 1946, so I can just drag this bar all the way over to the right and make sure it says 2010. That's the earliest that we need it. If your screen doesn't go dark, just go ahead and click on that blue rectangle that you scooch over. Sometimes when it goes over more than 100 years, you have to give it a little extra click. So now I'm down to 38,797. At the very top, the next way to filter down is by adding some terms back into the screen at the top. Because in this large list, you're going to get lit reviews, and you're also going to get some research studies. And we want to make sure that we get a research study that was written by a researcher and that they actually performed the study. Now, mixed in here, you're going to see some researchers who did not do the research study themselves, that they actually imported data from other scholars out there, and they just analyzed that data. There's also going to be lit reviews where a researcher has actually just read 7 studies, but they didn't do the work themselves. So the goal of your assignment is to see if you can tell the difference between all those types and find the one that is a true research study. So one tip that I have is if you go up to the top, when researchers do a true research study, they have different sections that they kind of make in their paper to identify the different parts. And they have two parts that they identify every time. One is a methods section, and they also have a results section. And the methods section usually talks about the participants and what kind of experiment is being done, where they're asking them to do a task or fill out a survey. And then there's always the results section. So if we go in here and type in the terms at the top, and methods, and then and results, it's going to look for articles that include all of these terms. So you just have to click search. And then we've gotten down to a much smaller amount, still 18,000, but there's a good chance that a lot of these are going to fit the bill for what we're looking for a research study, especially because we use such a broad term like depression. Sometimes you're going to see the entries have these little boxes filled with data. That can be a little helpful indication that there are results in it. It doesn't make sure that it's a research study, but they can be more helpful. I'm going to go right here to number 2 and see if this would qualify as a research study. To look at it, I need to click on the PDF full text. Your teacher will not approve an HTML article, so do not ever choose the HTML full text. You always want to choose the PDF. When you open it up, one thing you want to look at is that there are researchers here, and they'll usually tell you where the research was done, where they're located up here at the top. So that's usually where the research was performed. You must scroll through the article and make sure that there is a methods section. So as I scroll through here, I can identify the method section here, and I can see that there are participants in the study. And that's exactly what we're looking for. It looks as though the participants are undergraduate students, which is perfect and fits well with the fact that these researchers are actually located at universities. So if you would look at this study and it would say that these folks are at a university, but they have actually interviewed 30,000 people from Hong Kong, but they are actually all located in Texas or Indiana, that would be a sign that they may have imported data and they're just analyzing it. So this looks like it would fit what your instructor is looking for when she's looking for a particular research study where the researchers do the work with directly the participants. Now, if you find one that works for you, there are 2 steps that you should do. The first thing you should do, just to make sure that you have the article with you, is on the right-hand side, there's a link for an email. And I recommend sending an email of this article to yourself, just in case Blackboard has a bad day, loses your article, that you can easily go into your email and find it again. All you have to do is type in your email address. You can make your subject anything that you want. I'm going to put psych article. I'm going to uncheck the box for HTML because I only want that PDF, and I'm going to send the citation to myself. And I'll choose APA from the citation format list, and I'm going to click send. The next thing you need to do is you will need to upload this to Blackboard to get your points and have your teacher approve that this is a good research study. If you go to the top, you can click on the download button. We will first need to save the article to your computer, and then we can upload to Blackboard. So what you'd want to do is when you bring it up here, you can just save it to your desktop. I would save it underneath your last name. Click Save. For me, I practiced this yesterday, so I already had one saved into there, so I'm going to replace it. And then what you would need to do is to travel to Blackboard. Go ahead and log in to your class. And then when you get into your Psych 151 class, I think it's under the Teamwork tab on the left side. Once you click on that tab on the left, it'll be down here on the left. I can't log into your class to show you. You will get to a page where it says this is where you can upload your article, or you can click on that link, and then it'll get to a page where you can see how many attempts that you have made. Click on Continue. Then you will see a place where a button where you can browse your computer. select that article from wherever you saved it, and it'll be underneath your last name, and just attach it and submit. And that will get you the points for this particular article. Now, I did want to point out, sometimes people feel that they're looking at a particular research study, but it's really more of a lit review. I'm going to change my search term here, and I'll show you what it can be a trick for you to see. I'm going to take out the word depression and put in dreams, and keep my and psychology and method and results section. When I do this search and I get 117 articles, if I scroll down here, I can look at this one. It says a new approach to vertically in dream size studies. I can click on the full text link. And while it does look like I get results in here and I do get some data, there is no methods section. And what they are doing is just analyzing old results, but kind of talking about a method that's out there. So this is one of those things that seems like the title is easy to read, but this is definitely not a research study. There's no methods section, and it doesn't talk about the participants. If you post one like this, your instructor will kick it back to you to find a new one. So just make sure that when you find your article, you absolutely get the things that have the participants and the methods, and you make sure that the participants are actually located near or seem like they're part of the institution where they find it. If you have any questions, please come by the Belleville Campus Library. You can talk to Sam Rogers or myself, Jennifer Bone, and we are happy to help you in person if this seems a little confusing and overwhelming, because it is. There's a lot of data out there. So know that the library is open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and we're happy to help you here, or you can call us directly, or you can actually email us. On our webpage, you'll see our contact information is going to be right below the picture right here on the Contact Us. We aren't here over the weekends, but we are here 8 to 4, and we're happy to help you anytime there. Hope to see you soon. Good luck with your assignment. Thanks.